Train Sim Live. Matt's gonna drive on down the track. Train Sim Live. It's good to see you all come back. Matt's right here, he's just begun to show him how it should be done. An engine driver's life is fun, and we can do it too. Train Sim Live. Matt's gonna drive on down the track. Train Sim Live. Good to see you in the chat. Matt will always do his best as he puts locos to the test. He drives for hours without a rest, and you can do it too.
Right, is this thing on? Someone tell me if this thing is on. Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? Beeping away in the background there. My camera appears to be a bit on the bright side, unlike myself. Let me find out what I need to... Oh, look at that! Look at that! That's just rubbish. Take that away. Right, that's a bit better. Sound is fine, unfortunately. Are we seeing things, Steam Fan? Yes, you are. This is an illusion, just like lunchtime. Anthony, yes, I'm enjoying my time off a lot. Doing all sorts of crazy, sometimes not productive things, but that's fine. Red Devil Dom, thank you very much for the resub, much appreciated. I want to try and get the streams going again a bit better. I think I might do Elephant Queens. Let's do something middle of the day sort of time. Let's do Elephant Queens. Where's Elephant Queens? Where is Elephant Queens? There. Oh, there's one. There. We'll do that. 39 months. Wow. Wait, Kid, 47 months. Crucible, 45 months. An 11 PM stream, most welcome. Well, it was meant to be an 8 PM stream, but Steam has been updating literally since 7 PM. Thank you very much, folks. Much appreciated. Okay, let's get that in. Oop, that in and down. Get that in. Back. That round. Clear that, put the brakes back on, and open the doors. Instrument lights are on. Brake test. Put the brakes on. Release the brakes. Brake test passed. Right, lock the doors. Lambeth North is where we're going. Yeah, that's them when stream ends at Lambeth North. Yeah. I should probably wait for a green light. Yeah. Oh look, there's a train in front of me. What's the trains? Oh, Leander, thank you very much for that gift of sub to Wolves and Trains. Much appreciated. Emma Tilsey, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Lovely Hannah, thank you very much for the cheers. JP got me this. Check this out. It's awesome. It's gigantic. Ah, green. Hey there, Racklin. How's it going? Evening, Derek. There'll be tunnel in a minute to see where we're going. Like a now. When Alexa told me Matt was streaming, I almost fell out of my chair. I know. Like Bean Kid said, why don't you do a stream tonight, Matt? Why don't you? I'm like, actually, why not? That's not a bad shout. I'm using a different machine jack. This is my home machine, not my work machine. I don't lose my mouse anywhere near as much on this one, so I don't desperately need the gigantic mouse, which causes all sorts of other problems. Yeah, but you insisted on TSW too. Yeah. Too right. Too right. I don't know where this cough has come from. Literally just started coughing now. Never mind. It's because I don't really talk very much. Just sit here on my own. Everyone go, oh. Derek Vacation's very good, thank you. Corona, Jacob. No. Small violinist playing. See, there you go. At least there's some kind of concern. I mean, it's mock concern, but I'll take it. Sounds like I need another week off. Yeah, totally. Completely agree. I'm behind that idea 100%. No, actually, I'm looking forward to getting back. I'm feeling disconnected and out of the loop at the moment, which is good. That's kind of what I needed. Get that doctor's note in the photocopier. Oh yeah, my wife's writing one out right now. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone's done, mate, Bean Kid. They've been really busy. I mean, I've sort of checked in on my emails and on the Teams conversations. Although I haven't contributed to any, of course. But, no, everyone's been very busy, so... Oh, Miles, your two-screen testing fan man. Nice. Hello, speed up. Come on. Yeah, I gather the new community manager started for trains now as well, Natalie. I saw her post on the forums. Indeed, Baked Bean Kid, you do. I think Stam's still there, Gouger, yeah. So you've got Natalie and Jamie on the community team now. I think there might be one more person joining. Yeah, I saw some of last night's stream, Chris, with Adam. It was good. I've been playing plenty of VR games in my time off. Probably mostly Derail Valley, it has to be said. I haven't forgotten, Dan. Don't worry. Yeah, Adam's team should be very good, Anthony. I have high hopes for what that can achieve. Very high hopes. Big Dog, yeah, the bandwidth just really wasn't working at Dad's place. We were struggling to keep the cameras live, let alone running a stream at the same time. So I decided to prioritise on the cameras working so that everyone who was remote could still drive. JP was streaming it, though. Yeah, I'm going to try and start streaming a bit more regularly from now on. I mean, when I go back to work, who knows what will happen. But the intention is there. What did I have for dinner, Green Dog? Ooh, beef enchiladas. And spliffingly good they were too. Did you have cheese on it? Yes. It's food that my wife is eating. It's got to have cheese on it, or it gets sent back. Do I have a favourite station on the street? Queen's Park. Queen's Park is... It's an interesting station to look at. It's a busy station to do train spotting at. There's lots of operations go on there. You're addicted to cheese as well, Goucher. Yeah. I like cheese. I'm not sure I'd go as far as I'm addicted to it, but I like cheese. I have no idea what happened the day before Tour Deck. I did see some posts on a couple of places saying that there was some kind of denial of service attack going around various places on the internet. I wonder whether or not the link between my dad's ISP and Twitch got caught up in the mix somehow. Flying Scotsman, 26 months. Much appreciated. Thank you, sir. 26 months. Good to see you again, Matt. Got TSW today. I'm really enjoying it so far. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it. Oh, you're most welcome, Gangster Tears. Oh dear. Lock the doors. Lawrence, thank you very much for the resub, 20 months. Much appreciated. Can you turn the stop markers on the floor off? You can indeed, Jack. Yes. In settings, if I go down to stop marker and turn it off. You should find that when we get to Oxford Circus, there are none. There's a backbone provider doing an update for their BGP routes went horribly wrong. Oh, another one of them. You know what? BGP has got a lot to answer for. The number, that's not the... So it doesn't happen that often, but there's more than one time I've noticed that... I can't remember, it was a good few years ago now that, back when I was doing a lot of internet provider work, I heard a story about all of the ISPs in the UK suddenly went really slow, and it was because one of the ISPs, one of their team members had put a duff route in and broadcast it on BGP via BGP, to where the entire internet decided it would be best off routing itself through their little network. Needless to say, it got a bit slow that day. They should shut the internet off for a day for a laugh. Yeah, that'd be like turning the power off. There would be riots and nervous breakdowns. Regent's Park. You notice there was no stop markers, Jack, on that one. Oh, DNS is pretty resilient, Danderman, actually. DNS is pretty resilient. But yeah, the BGP is very much a low level. As long as everything that you do is right, this is wonderful. Bear in mind that you can do wrong things, and they will be less wonderful. El Paris, thank you very much for the resub, 34 months. Much appreciated, sir. Roaring into Regent's Park. Off the rails mode is a bit of fun, isn't it? Off to Baker Street. Live on Twitch, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. It's better. Big chain of green lights on the way to the Baker Street. That's what I like to see. Always a fun station to come into, that one. The way it swirls around. World's worst stopping points at the moment. Hey Kojo, how's it going? I'm doing well, thank you. PC today, Gouger. How come doesn't have medals in service mode? Yeah, I'm going to put my hand up to that one and say, oops. Apparently I forgot. It's on the list. Ping me a link over, Gangster Tears. Edgware Road. And it just up there. Kojo, are you learning? Oh, so that video was good, was it? Excellent, that's good. That encourages me to carry on in a similar vein and do some other ones. I think the most useful one that I need to do next is the American brake systems. That seems to be confounding lots of people. Yeah, I was quite pleased with how that one came out in the end. It flowed reasonably well and wasn't too... I was worried it was going to be a bit PowerPointy. I don't think it came off too PowerPointy. Electric pneumatic brake standard man, so every carriage has got its own set of brakes. Oh yeah, I'll be doing tutorials for the new stuff once as they come out, yeah. I have no idea, Danderman. Ed is probably your man to ask for that. Squeal! Is there a link between Paddington Station and the Tube one? If you mean in the real world, yes. If you mean in the game, no. There is no Paddington Overground station on this route. Can we have a proper tutorial for the livery designer? I think once some of the next rounds of changes go in, it'll be much more worth doing that. But yes, I would like to do that because there's a lot of functionality in there which isn't obvious. Glad you enjoyed it, Hobbo. Warwick Avenue. Oh, hello. Monty, yeah, the 72 stock is nice and fun because it is, as you say, very responsive. So you can kind of throw it around a bit. Don't worry about throwing the people around. They're irrelevant. They're not what we're here for. We're here to drive trains. Passengers are just here to pay the bills. Stop short a bit there. Oh dear. Looking forward to starting in the depot with an empty train. Well, the service is starting at Stonebridge, London Road, and the Elephant and Queen's Park. I think there's 2 or 3 services start at Queen's Park. Maida Vale, penultimate station in the underground. Oh, I'm glad you're doing all right from your surgery then, Monty. Going to be playing it lots with your recovery. Well, that's good. That's very good to hear. First thing you're watching on the new living room TV, you're getting dirty watch looks from the rest of the family. Hello everybody else at Thelonious' family's house. Doesn't your new TV look marvellous? Right. The door's open. Emma Tilsey caught a bit of the last charity stream. That was fun. They were good fun, yeah. You need to go to 4K. 4K! I mean, I don't think this machine can even do 4K, let alone the fact that I've only got a 1080p monitor and a 1080p capture card. Can Twitch even stream at 4K? Yeah, I didn't think Twitch supported 4K because they've only really just supported 1080 at 60 FPS not that long ago, really. Because that's more about bandwidth is the main constraining factor. Because I mean, I stream at 6000 BPS to get 1080p 60 FPS, which is about the recommended sort of minimum, really. So if you want to do 4K at 60 FPS, you'd be looking at like significantly bigger computer, but assuming the computer worked, the bandwidth, you'd be looking at what, 24 kilobits per second bandwidth? No, 24 megabits per second bandwidth. Which my upstream probably could cope with, but it would be at the uncomfortable end of the spectrum. Given I've got a 28, I think it was about a 30 megabit upstream. See you later, Dandaman. So I think 4K will be a little bit off yet for streaming. You'd need all the internet. Well, I could just kick out one of those funky BGP routes and say all the internet is mine. New graphics cards, Emma. Yeah, these new the 30 series, and the pricing on them is good as well. It's actually got me to thinking I might just invest, get a 3080 or something. I'm not going to get a 3090. Those things are major money. I have never aspired to spending 1,500 quid on a graphics card in my life, and do not intend to start. Yeah, most of the feedback I've seen, Gouger, is from people who bought 20 series cards that are now going, hello? No, it wouldn't, Steam Fan Man, because Twitch does the transcoding thing, so you just select 1080p as your view range. I am happy sitting at 1080p, to be honest. Yeah, FPS is what I would like more of, Scotty. But this machine is, it's feeling old now. I mean, it's not that old, but it's only a 6th generation Intel i7, I think. So I'm going to look at the 30s and see what they look like. Maybe look at getting a 3070 or a 3080, because I've got a 980 Ti, so that would be a significant step up. Plus, it would give me RTX, which I definitely want at some point. My laptop at work has got RTX, and a couple of RTX things I've run on that look superb. This signal is one of my favourites in the game. Ben spent a lot of time getting all of these signals, and it's just there's so much madness going on that signal. Oh, on the right. Which one do you mean? This one? Yeah, you mean BB31, BB32. Let's go. Yeah, that's an AMD card though. I don't really do AMD cards. Steam Fan Man, I'm an Nvidia person. I'm on the green team all the way. Turn around at Queen's Park, British Ace on this one. Actually pull all the way up. Awkward. Service completed. Let's do the return run. When does it start? 10:03. I've got time. Oh no. Not if I do it wrong, we haven't. Start playing with the Windows. This is a Mac, not Windows. I'm right, it's Windows. That's why we're playing with Windows. You passengers are all naughty, you should have got off. Whee! Run, 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 Forrest! This us a chance to start the next service on time. I know I'm being lazy and not shutting the doors behind me. I'll shut that one though, because I'm mean. Oh, clear that. Put the brakes back on. Let's set this one up now for a laugh, shall we? Elephant and Castle. There you go. Right. Headlights on. Big Dog. CSX trains are very hard. You tried running the coal service from Shawmine to Cumberland. Completely stored after stopping at the summit. All you could do is slide backwards down the hill. Oh dear. I forgot passenger lights. What, they want the lights as well? Alright. There you go. Passenger lights. Let's do a brake test while we're here. Brakes are on. Release the brakes. Brakes are off. Brake test off. Brakes back on. Right. Let's wait for our signal to come on. There it is. It'll come off, sorry. There we are. Good to go. Right, passenger peoples. There's a few of you, crikey. They got stuck in the third rail gap. No, there isn't a recovery process for that. That's awkward. Hey, Muggy. Thank you, Zalali. How's it going? Glad you're enjoying it. Oh, there's one up. Guess we weren't delaying him too much then if he's only just coming out. How are the audio volumes? Is the game and me coming in alright? Moggy and Baked Bean Kid, you're not allowed to answer. The question, Moggy, is are you wonderful and are you our illustrious leader? That was totally the question. Kilburn Park. What was that, Derek? Sorry? Brake test, Backlin. You bring this over to the on position. Put the brakes into application or emergency until they've applied, and then you'll get the middle bit. If you then put them, go back into Off and release, it'll confirm the brakes have been re-released, and then you switch it back off. Big Dog, did you have, I wonder, did you check all of the locos were power, both the locos were providing power? Oh, both were slipping. Oh, fair enough. Because that's one of the U876 services, isn't it? U8764, in fact. Or D, whatever number it is. No, you can't turn wheel slip off. You're a sheep, are you, Rob? Excellent. Good to know. Right, where are we off to? Warwick Avenue. A Nebworth on this route is possible, Monty, if you're doing something else and forget that the stations come up quite quickly after each other. I have completely missed stations during testing several times when I've been playing the game, put the controller down and got into an email conversation or a chat conversation with someone and then realised, oh hang on, I'm supposed to be stopping at this station. But under normal circumstances, an actual Nebworth where you shoot through the station is quite difficult. Yeah, I can imagine it was Big Dog changing ends with the SD40 and AC44. Crikey. Acric Joe, glad you're enjoying it. Drop to 25 coming up momentarily. Ping a link to it on the Discord, Rob. Back into Paddington. stop. No, the 72 stop works great with the controller, Monty. So ping me with what you're seeing. Why is it platform 4? Because there's other platforms are on other underground lines. Are there any plans for more travel for London routes? Transport for London, I assume you mean. Around the runaround. Whatever's on the roadmap is really what there are plans for immediately, and beyond that, anything and anything is possible. Would I like there to be more underground routes? Absolutely. I'll be honest, when we originally wanted to do this route, again, I knew why we wanted to do it, but it didn't strike me as a route that I would be playing an awful lot. But I like. Skyward, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Agric Joe, thank you for the follow as well. Ooh, roadmap link would be a good one for Moobot. Yeah, good idea. I'll have a sort out of Moobot's commands, I think, at some point. Marleman! End of the day, Rob, does it matter if the sounds are reused if they sound right? Is my argument. No, this route isn't really one where you drive and sort of stop off for collectibles, because it's only very, very short stops at each station to keep the trains moving. Have I walked to the Bakerloo line yet? Well, you can't walk into the tunnels, not without hacks and cheats and things. Thanks for the link, Cobbo. Baker Street. I mean, technically, well, no, you can't, because there's invisible walls stopping you getting the tunnels. Because if there's an AI train driving the other way, there's nowhere for you to go, so it ends badly. Yes, train boy. Us train. Us train. has gone green. Good. What route am I most looking forward to? Well, Southeastern High Speed is always one of my favourite routes in Train Sim 2020. So you better bet that it's one of my favourite upcoming routes for Train Sim World 2. I'm also looking forward to Clinchfield. What are you looking forward to, Train Boy? More pink trains, I hope. Oh, Long Island. I'm going to check that when I get back, Anthony. I think it's a typo. Rob, in theory, everything will make it out of in planning to development. It'd be exceptional circumstances that mean they don't. If you need to post a link, Scotty, just ping a moderator and they'll sling you a permit. Make sure you tell them what the link is for. There's been lots of American commuter in this train, boy. It's time for freight to get a look at, in my opinion. That has got both freight and passenger traffic. Well, I'm open to recommendations. That's BNSF, Baked Bean Kid. Right. Yeah, I'm happy with how the tunnels have turned out, Rob. It took a lot of back and forth with the tunnels, but I'm happy with how they turned out. You mean Genesee and Wyoming Crucible? Piccadilly Circus. Oh, you'd be surprised, Rob. Like I said before, when we were planning making this route, I was probably in the same camp as you. I thought, can't see what would be interesting about it. Actually, it's a lot of fun. Lots of stops in short quarters, and the variety of the different types of service actually makes it probably more interesting than some of the other high overground routes. New Jersey Transit is something I'd like to see as well, Derek, yeah. No, not me a bit yet. I love Piccadilly Circus. That open atrium end coming into here is brilliant. Yeah, Chicago Racetrack needs Metra and BNSF, which makes it difficult. Yeah, the IC is good fun. Still the Cholsey and Wallingford Railway, yeah. That's up on the Cheltenham line, isn't it? The browny orange colour scheme on this reminds me of 70s living rooms.
Vehicles parked at unauthorised points may be clamped or removed without warning. Short and long stay parking is available at this station.
There's lighting baked in the stations. It has to be on the underground tour deck, otherwise it doesn't work. Otherwise you're trying to take in the only real... Oh, you have to put real lights in, which are really expensive. Not only that, if you have to bake light in tunnels for them to go dark. Otherwise they stay light. Maybe they mean parking for bottoms, Monty. Yeah, it's quite a fun station, this one, isn't it? Because of all of the lines and so forth on it. It's very bright as well, compared to the last dinge fest of a station. Doors opening, doors closing. Oh, hello, audio's gone. It'll be back, don't panic. Oh, hello, the whole card's gone. No, it's back. Hey! Crikey. I need to turn the screensaver off, clearly. That causes mayhem. Waterloo! The other half of the Baker Street at Waterloo Railway. I think there's 3 or 4 stations that have changed, Monty's. One of them is the station that used to be called Great Central. I can't remember which one that is now. But they've still got the names on the tiles, which are in the game as well. Elapro, not the Elsdon. Sorry, I just want to check that signal. Tour deck, yes, is going through the capture card. I bought a new capture card. I gave up with the Elgato. This Ava Media has been working brilliantly. Marylebone was Great Central, there you go. Gouger, I am using an Ava Media Live Gamer HD 2. I have to say, much prefer it. Tour deck, you mean about the capture card? Yes, I gave up with the Elgato capture card. Basically came to the conclusion, talking to Elgato support, that it was dead. Not dead, but faulty. And given them out of warranty, their suggestion was to buy another one. So I decided I'd try something different, and I went for the Live Gamer HD 2, and very impressed with it actually. Just as plug and play, audio is nicer. The way audio is handled is nicer. Plus, it's got a built-in line-in and route. You can channel audio through 3.5mm jacks through the card without having to use your line-in on your sound card, which I'm not using, but it's good to know it's there. You can't put the ICI in here, Anthony, because of the length of the markers. Waterloo at City Line, yeah, £24.99 a month. Farmings, thank you for the follow. We have plenty of moderators, thank you, Farmings. Appreciate the offer. There's no letter for horsepower traction. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh well, I'll tell them to scrap it. Alright, just get the doors open. Yeah, my GPU is a Asus ROG Strix 980 Ti, and it started making a screeching and squealing sound. It's awful. Oh, got a gold medal there as well. It's my brand new profile. I just created this profile just before the stream started. Yeah, started making this screeching sound. It was awful. Opened the machine up, and basically one of the fans, there's 3 fans on the graphics card, and one of them was dead and causing all sorts of problems. So I did some research and found that you can just buy the individual fans, and they're all different. Even though they're the same fan, the wiring looms off them are all different, so you've got to buy the right one to get the right wiring on it. So I bought what was fan C. I looked at a video and thought, okay, it looks like it'd be alright when it comes down there. You just undo a couple of screws, take the top off, and then you can just deal with the fans. No. Turns out you had to undo all the screws off the back of the card, take the graphics card off of the heatsink, then undo all the screws from the heatsink to the fan. So at this point, what was an expensive graphics card is in 3 bits. Then you can undo the fan and replace the fan and put it all back together again, and thank heavens it all worked when I put it back together again. So pleased. 10:36 for that. What time is it now? Got time for a turnaround. But I'm going to do something else. Let's go overground and do a bit of Intercity Express. Schnellfahrstrecke Köln. See you later, Gangster Tiz. Thanks a lot.
Welcome to
Don't want to do that. The ice is nice indeed, Flying Scotsman. Timetable. Let's pump up some clouds. We'll go westbound and we'll do 143 IC314. You replaced your GPU and somehow killed your motherboard. Whoops. Good night, Moggy. Right, let's get the doors open. Get all the madness turned on.
Störung. Zugbeeinflussung. WP gesperrt. WP gesperrt.
AFB turned on.
AFB. AFB.
Get the passenger lights on. Let's step that back on AFB again, so we're good for undoing. Put that on 40. Headlights, cab lights off, headlights dimmed. Put the headlights on. Normal. I think we are good. How do you put the blind? What, this thing? Oh, the door blind is this button here. The lounge opaque, lounge window opaque control. Bit of aircon. 13:45 is when we will be able to get clearance to proceed. Seconds. Lock the doors.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
And away we go into restricted monitoring. Subtitles for the audible warnings picked up. One of the things I want to think about generally is having a visual call out on anything audio for people who are deaf, not just for translatable purposes but also for people who are deaf. So yes, something on my mind anyway. Release from monitoring, we don't need that. Rubbish. CFA, let's put it on full power. Just let AFB manage the speed. See you in a bit, Derek. Bump up to 60 because I know that's what's coming up. Get the LZB kick in a minute. Do you have to have all the safety systems switched on? Not at all, Hobbo. If you want to drive it like a normal loco, you absolutely can. Itself now. We're not stopping till we get to the other end of the road.
Zifa.
Other than Little Miss Annoying there we've got to deal with. Set of rudder pedals. No, there's no joystick input at the moment, Willie, unless you can make your rudder pedals do a key press, in which case map it to the Q key. Some of these services do have red lights, where you get hauled up, particularly the eastbound services. You get stuck behind, and there'll be more so once the MSB and RRO stuff is in there, because on certainly one of them with the other stuff in there, you get stuck up behind a freight train in your ICE. Not for long, but enough to slow you right down and give you a bit of stress for a bit. Yeah, Störung I believe means fault, and Svansbremsung is just the emergency brake. Yes, joystick key would work, yeah. Oh, looks like we're accelerating to 250. you're on LZB, you'll know about a red light about 14 kilometres in advance. Heapster, if underground lines is something that you want to see, then make sure that you've made your, put the sort of things you want to see on the Dovetail forum. The roadmap that's been published on Dovetail Live will tell you all the upcoming stuff that is coming at some point, unless anything changes. But yeah, beyond that, then yeah, put the sort of things that you'd like to see onto the forum. Totally unexpected emergency red light. What happens then? Can you tell me? You mean, for example, someone seeing it hitting the GSMR emergency button and causing all the signals in an area to jump to red? In that instance, the train would just put an emergency brake application on and come to a stop, and it would probably spad, like most people would have done. The difference is that the instant that the red light happens, the train immediately would start slowing down, and I imagine it would be told that it would recognise that you're way behind the deceleration curve, so it would brake harder than normal. Scenery came out well, didn't it? Big Dog. I was quite pleased, very pleased, in fact. Trees are awesome, totally. I'm never going to live that down, am I? Place scenery differently for high speed routes? Yes and no. I mean, fundamentally it's placed in the same way, but the difference is how you structure and place. You might have large blocks that you place down rather than lots of smaller blocks. Richard W1992, thank you for following, much appreciated. The other thing you want to do on a high-speed route is not have a massive variety of different types of assets, because you're flying past things at high speed. They've got to load and unload, whereas if you use a few assets of the same type, they never need to unload again. Once they're loaded, they just stay loaded, which means that you eliminate a source of the glitch. Sure, chat. Well, look at how much of the screen has got the trees on it. I mean, this is where I'm at. What I'm saying is, trees and foliage are important. They're really important. And it is also an area, I guess I wanted to call out the fact that Tim had done a lot of work on it. So. How come immersion controls work on preserved content now as it's supposed to? Yes, Jack, it's always been supposed to work on service mode. The immersion controls just don't work on scenarios and tutorials, because those scenarios and tutorials call out specific buttons to press, like press the B button now, which probably does something different in immersion controls from classic controls, and therefore you'd end up with the scenario saying press the B button, but it really means is do something different than the B button. And that would just be super confusing. Tourdet radial blur, no, we haven't looked into that yet. Speed drop to 200 kilometres That's now coming up at 6.9 kilometres. Crikey, we're that near Aachen or Düren already. Time flies when you're talking about trees. Yeah, absolutely, baby. Absolutely. Sure, I'm going to do some shunting. Alright, we're slowing down now. The 403 is, yeah, the 403 is an ICE3, where this is the ICE3M. So it's the older version of the ICE3M. How do you confirm entry from LCV to PCB? I'll show you any minute now, Willie. I've just got the warning to drop to 160. Basically, once you get the end light come up on the desk, you press the end button on your keyboard, PCB free. That responds to that, and then you just go through the difference. They're very similar, British Ace. I mean, the main difference is the 3M. The M stands for multi-format because it's got power. It'll do power systems from different nations. It's the international version of the ICE3, whereas the ICE3 is Germany only. Still slowing down. There we go. Coming into Düren now. Got my little debug trains on the left. I didn't remove. Right, at this point, I'm going to cut the power. I'm going to AFB off, cut the AFB. The end light is flashing. Press the end button. That's it. End light is no longer flashing. Now I'm just waiting for LZB to let me know that it's exited LZB, and then I'll put the AFB back on again. On console, you need to just operate that lever. PCB free. AFB locks out the minute LZB switches off. There we go. AFB is now. That's now off, so I can now. We've got AFB again now. Right. That's us going again. Oh, anything where you've got to actually do stuff is what I like British Ace. That's one of the reasons I've ended up enjoying the ICE more than I thought I would. There's no problem with leaving it getting locked out at all, big dog. None at all. Oh, shut up. It's not on the roadmap, Willie. When you see routes on the roadmap that will need it, that's probably a fair bet. Put this back on again now. I'm not paying enough attention to speed limits to be able to not have the HUD on. Yeah, HS1 is TVM 430. That's the point of the cutout, Anthony. That's why it cuts it out, so that you don't have that problem. Believe so, Jack. Doesn't this seem slow? But it does. It's so pedestrian. I mean, it's 100 miles an hour, but compared to doing what, 150? Was it? Richard, glad you asked that question. There is a tutorial that I did a stream of. It's on the YouTube for Dovetail Games on the official channel, where I go through exactly how the German systems work and how to use them in the game. So yes, go and have a look at that. If someone wants to share that link for it. Right, we've got the drop to 120 coming up. Workshop streams. When I go back, I'll work out with the community team or publishing team what the future plan is for the streams, for the Railfan TV. We'll figure it out from there. I enjoy the workshop streams too. You know how much I enjoy looking at the stuff that people have made and shared. Has anyone figured out how to share scenarios on PC yet, by the way, TSW 2? I'm hoping that answers a yes. If you're not using PZB, you're seriously missing out. That's all I'll say, Kyle. It might seem difficult, it might seem obtuse. Actually, it's where tons of fun and engagement and feeling like you're actually involved in the train lies. Right, 110 kilometres an hour, ready for the next limit.
Zifa. Zifa.
It's fun, says the man who always rage quit when he had to do with snow again. Yeah, well.
Zifa. Zifa.
York Sandy, you always get to get an emergency brake application about 2 kilometres out of Arkham when you pass the 40 warning signal, even if braking down to less than 60. Is that the one with the 40-40 and are you re-acknowledging of that? It's easy to forget to re-acknowledge that one. The approach into Aachen, you are pretty much acknowledging every signal.
Zifa.
Can speed up again for a little while shortly. Yeah, so the 140 you should acknowledge and then drop to
Zifa.
40, and then you'll get a 40-40 where you should just acknowledge it, and then you get a yellow which you acknowledge, and then you get the stop on the red. Bad guy, good to see you back streaming on World Cup channel. Notifications on progress. It is indeed. Thank you very much, Bad guy. Thank you very much for the resub, 9 months.
Zifa. Zifa.
Start slowing down now, so I'm going to cut the power. Just let it coast the rest of the way. Kyle, thank you for the follow. Drop for 12. This is the 140.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Knowledge. Drop the speed. Make sure we get down to 85 in short order. And make sure we're down to 40 for the next signal. Brakes on the IC seem great above push because it's using it's like anything that uses electric brakes. It's highly effective at high speed.
Zugbeeinflussung.
FB down to 40. Bit of power on just to keep us back up at 40. Then this one's a 40-40, so I need to acknowledge it. 1000 hertz has come up. Another warning on the 40.
SIFA.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Acknowledge that yellow. This recording's from the cab, I think, Tordek. Mike got the sounds. Coming in a couple of minutes early.
Türen geöffnet.
It's quite a straightforward timetable, bad guy. I mean, the ICE trains are only every 2 hours in each direction. And the talents are only every hour. So it's relatively easy to slot them away from each other. Oh, it wasn't that bad. There you go, look. I got 497 for my stop instead of 500. It will be on whatever content it was in before Red Devil Dom, yeah.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Boom, job done. Not a terrible run. Looks like we actually had a little bit of an LZB blip there. Let's do a talent run the other way, and I think we'll call it a night there. Let's go back to the main menu. I've made a pink IC yet many times, Anthony, many times. And I deleted them through various profile resets and all sorts of things, so nothing on this account. Let's go the other way, heading for Siegen. Let's make it an afternoon one. The talent run on another line. What do you mean, Baked Bean Kid? Sorry. Right, put it forwards, open the left door, switch it to night screens. We are going to Ziegen, FIS, RE9, Ziegen. Exit from that. Put that up. I want another route. Yeah, we could do another route. What do you think, Baked Bean Kid? Come on. Kojo, thank you very much for the cheers. Much appreciated. Go on. What do you fancy? As long as it isn't a full run on the Peninsula Corridor. I'm not running TSW2, Baked Bean. Sorry, TSW 2020. I've only got TSW2 on here at the moment. So I've only literally, this is my route list. Oh dear. Got to vote for East Coastway, vote for Peninsula Corridor. Helpstrecker, Sandpatch. Yeah, I fancy Helpstrecker actually. There's a few of you said Helpstrecker. Right, timetable BR425. I do like the BR425. Bochum Duisburg, that's westbound. Duisburg Bochum is eastbound. I'm trying to think which way I want to go. Duisburg Bochum is eastbound. Bochum Duisburg is westbound. Let's do that. Let's do that. Right. Ready to rock. Good. Right. Passenger lights. On. Those are on. That's good. Up here then. I want PZB and CIFA. That's good. FIS. This is Duisburg RE11. And superb. I think it's Ham. If I remember, Ham Westfalen. I think it is the way we're going. I'm sure someone will correct me if I am wrong. I love this route. This route is fantastic fun. 9:35. Hey, Rich Fletcher, how's it going? Slip and slide will always trip you up because you're clearly moving, but the speedometer says nothing. See you later, British Ace. Thanks for joining us. Do I have a Discord server? I certainly do. Someone can ping up the social links. Green lights I'm going to release from monitoring. That will let me get up to the speed limit. Next station is Wattenscheid. 5.5 kilometers. That I didn't do the Q test. Let's lock down the throttle. Let's unlock the throttle. Speed up again. Yeah, the Q test is press Q and make sure it works before you do anything. Because if it doesn't, you have to stand up and sit down. I think we have a solution for that now. But it needs to be put